Good morning, friends. We are learning our subject that is Python for data science, and in that, we are learning pandas, right? Which is part of our module 2 and module 3. So, we know that for that, we should always import NumPy and pandas. So, let us run this particular cell. So, pandas and NumPy are now part of this file, right? So, indexing, slicing, and dicing. So, for that, we have taken this example for drill down, right? We have seen the example for drill down, that is continent, then country, then state, city, and then after street, right? This example also we have seen, that was, say, we are having one data frame, then we can say this also we have to run, otherwise it will not be there in effect. Then after we can say that we are setting the index as name. So that is being done. And after that, we'll be able to see the index, that is name as index over here, right? That we can see. After that, what we have seen, that was how to print vertically. For that, we have used the ilog. This is just a recall, right? This we have already seen. Then after, if we want to see the horizontally, then we are using it this way. How we are using it? Here it was the data frame dot ilog 0, right? And here what we are doing is, it is the same ilog 0, but we are having two square brackets, right? So that way we are taking the horizontal row. Then if we want to have for a particular label data, that also we can get. For two particular columns we can get. If we want for percentage and two particular persons, that we can write it this way. This is just a recall, this we have already seen, right? This is for percentage greater than 60. Here also we want to have that, but we want to have the b date also, so we can give that. Now this slicing, typically we used to say that we are giving it as row number, column number, or you can say that start no row number and row number, start column number and column number, right? This also we have seen. Now what if we are doing this way? That is ilog colon comma 1. Now what does this mean? Start row number is there, not available. And row number is there, not available. For column, it is 1, right? Okay. So what we can say is name is available. Name, whatever are the names that we are getting, right? Which column we are getting? Only 1, right? Row number 1 we are getting. And what about row? All the rows, right? All the rows, fine? Because row number and column number both are not specified, fine? So if you want to get for 2, 3 row numbers, we can get it this way, right? How? That is 1 colon 3. So it will be taking 1 and 2, right? Row number, no, that is the index number, isn't it? Index number 1 and 2. That means it is row 2 and row 3. Fine. And what about column? Everybody, right? Because nothing is being specified. For Boolean indexing, we can say, we can provide it as this way. That is false, true, true, false, true. How we can say about this? Wherever true is there, For that, it will display, isn't it? Let us consider this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 1, 2, 4, that will be able to see, right? Okay. Wherever true is there, it will display the row. Fine. Same way here, Boolean slicing is only that row number is given, no index is specified. Here, column number is specified. 0, 1 is there, no, false. This is there and this is there, right? So, 1 will not be there, 0 will be there, 2 will be there, 3 will be there, right? Okay, fine. Okay. You can say why it is all rows available, because for row, no slicing is given, right? We are considering for the column, right? Here also, slicing is there, but here, the slicing is given for row and column both, right? So here we can say, this is first square bracket where we are providing the index for row, comma, second square bracket wherein we are providing the index for column, right? Now index how we are providing, that is the Boolean index. So we are providing it as true, true. That means 0, 1. This is false, false, false. So we should not be able to see this one, isn't it? So this we know. Same way for this one. For column we can say only 0th column will be displayed. Fine. So this is Boolean indexing. Fine. Okay. Now this is 0 colon 1. What does that mean? 0 row will be displayed. Right? Because 0 to 1 means we'll consider only 0. For column, nothing is given. Right? So all the columns are being displayed. Fine. This is I log 0 colon 5. Right? What do you say? All the rows will be displayed. Right? All the rows, because we are having that many number of rows only. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If I give it here, 0 colon 1000, will it make any difference to us? No, because that many number of rows are not counted, isn't it? Now, conditional selection, for that we can say percentage. For percentage column, what we want is it should be greater than 70, right? And what we want is name for that, right? So, what is the name? Yeah, here, right? For that, what do we provide is name is already there, percentage where the whatever are the percentage that is greater than 70, right? That is greater than 70. So it displays for percentage. This is percentage greater than 70. What happened? DF of percentage greater than 70. Exactly. 1, 2. DF 1 is missing. No, this should be. Why is it giving everything? Ah, last time also we have done this, isn't it? This is the original DF we have printed, right? And then after we are printing the this one. Percentage is greater than 70, right? First of all, we are printing the original data frame and then after we are doing it. So here it is there. Okay, so name is being printed, fine. Same error we are doing, right? Okay, so now here what we are doing is, for this particular name, we want to have number and birthday, right? Here, not giving everything because we haven't printed the original data, right? Now, ILOC of row number and column number. Is it row number and column number? No, indexing, right? Indexing we are specifying. Okay, so do not consider third row. No, it's not third row. It is index, right? Okay. Okay. Here, slicing is given as 0 colon 2. So 0 and 1 row. Then after 2 colon 5, that means 2, 3, 4 column, right? Okay. Now, if we want to drop any particular row or column, for that we can say we are using the method that is drop, right? We are using the method that is drop, right? Name is being printed, we are dropping it still. It is being printed, right? Okay. After that we can see, isn't it? You can say the name is being printed here. It is in. Yes, great. Okay, here. What was that? Original data frame in that, what we are having. Just a second, let me show you. This is our original data frame. So number, name, B date, percentage, right? Number, name, B date, percentage, right? Not this. This one. This is what happened. Last time also we have seen this, isn't it? Drop, then we have specified the column, right? Column name we have specified. Last time also we have done this, right? Here we have specified the column only. Name was there, no? Let us say B date. What happened? What was that? Huh? Axis. Yeah. Yeah. SS. Yeah. So what happened here? For B date, what was there for us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For these also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some more error. What is that? 1, 1. 1. B date is being removed, right? Whole column we want to remove, right? Removing duplicates. For that, we can say that we need to have the duplicated, with which we can have the idea of duplicates. So let's say that we are having the series wherein we are having, say, this many numbers. Now deliberately we are putting the duplicates. That is 5 is available, say twice. right? We want to get the information that is duplicates are available in this particular series, and then after we want to remove them, right? So for that, let us say that our index is Juhi, Jasmine, Rose, Lotus, and many more. There also we can say that Juhi is available twice, Lilies, right? Juhi is available twice. What we are doing is sr dot index is equal to index, and then after we are printing the series. So what is the case? Juhi, Jasmine, Rose, Lotus, Juhi, Lily, right? All these things are available here. Now we want to get the duplicated, right? This we have already seen. So for that, first of all, we are printing the SR, that is the original series. Then after we are printing the result. Okay. So for Juhi, it says false. For Jasmine, it says false. For Rose, it says false. For Lotus, it says true. Why for Lotus, it says true? Two times it is available. Not available. It is only available one. 5, 5 is available two times. Okay, 5. So why for Lotus it is giving? Juhi is also available twice. What it considers? This Juhi, Jasmine, Rose, Lotus, Juhi, Lilies. For that, it hasn't said anything duplicated. Why? Why only for values? Series is having the numeric values only. I am not saying that series as the data structure is having numeric value. I am saying that for this series, what we have created, it is having only numbers. Then what are these Juhi, Lilies and all this? That is the index, right? So for that, it is not showing duplicated. It shows duplicated for whatever values it is having. Okay, so do not get confused that we are having say Juhi twice. Still, it is not showing duplicate. It is because it is index. It is not the value inside the series. Okay, so do not get confused with that. 5 value is available twice, and that is why it is showing the what you can say this Lotus as true because there the duplicates is available, right? Now for this, if we want to remove, we can use the drop duplicates. Lotus is available now? No, it is being removed. Fine. Now, let us say that we are creating the data frame where duplicates are available. See, in your question paper of mid or final, it can be given to you that create the data frame where you are having the duplicates, where you are having the missing value, and then after remove, right? So first of all, you have to create a data frame where you create the duplicates, where you create the missing values. Then after you will drop it. It is not always the case that you will be given the data frame directly. That is, you can say row and column that may not be given to you. You may have to create it yourself and then after you have to remove it. Right? This is what I am saying you because in paper, okay, you will be there, but whatever data set you are using, whatever CSV file you are using over there, it may happen that it is not having the missing values. So, so how can you remove it? You can say that we have run this command, but we are not able to remove anything. That's fine. But see, whether you have removed the missing values or not, how can examiner be convinced of? If missing values are there, then you can remove them. If it is not available in your data set, how can you do that? So you have to create that, right? And that also you should show to your examiner that in this particular data set, when we are running, that is, we are trying to remove the missing values, you will print your data frame as we are habitual. First of all, we'll print the original data frame. Then after we will do the processing. Then after we'll again print the result. Isn't it? This is what we are following. So at that particular time, you will have to show that original data frame and the result both are same. So no missing values are there, no duplicate values are there. That is why original and result both are same. So now we are creating the duplicates or missing values, whatever is there in the question. Then after you remove, right? So examiner will be convinced that as such in data set nothing missing or duplicates are available, but student is aware that how to create that and then after how to remove. Got the point? So take care of that. And that is why in the paper I particularly ask that you create this data and then do something. Okay, this should be known to you. Otherwise people are only able to use a particular thing. If you want to remove something, you are using say drop underscore duplicates or anything that people are doing, but they are not aware if they want to create that one, right? We can say why should we create it? Data set is already there. In reality, whatever data set is there with us, on that we are processing and we are getting the result. That is what is data science. That is what with that will apply on a particular model and will be able to have the data analytics. Yes, that is true. But for experimentation, or you can say when you want to predict for future for any business data, you can say that today you are having some revenue from your business, but you want to think if I remove this particular items or in this particular month, if I'll not be having any revenue, then what? So how will you create that? Getting the point. So for that, what you can do is in your data set, you will create those missing values. You will create those duplicate values because you want to check it out, right? So it is nothing like for testing we are doing something or just to show our examiner we are doing something. It is a real application. In real scenario, it happens that see it is nothing like you are having the data set and you are analyzing it. For business, we have to predict for future, and that is what is our responsibility. As a programmer, we should design a software in such a way that it not only gives the real scenario, what is today, as well as it should be able to predict what should be there in future, right? So for creating such thing, we need to have such facilities also. Got it? Just now for our subject, we are using real data sets, but they may not be having such thing available, so that you have to create and then after you have to remove. So you can say creating and removing, इससे अच्छा है कुछ ना करे, है ना? But this is what we should learn to have the real application demonstration, right? Okay. So let us create the data frame. So we can say that we are creating that with the help of our dictionary, where we are giving the three columns: name, friend, marks, and then after the values, they are there in the list, isn't it? So this is what we have already created. Was just giving you the importance of it. Now we are creating this our data frame. Now duplicates are there. You can see in the name, Ami is there. Then after for friend, Ruchi is there. For marks, we are having 100. Duplicates we have created, right? So it is there, Ami, Ruchi, 100. Ami, Ruchi, 100. So 2 rows are duplicate, right? This is the index, so that is fine. Okay. This 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is index. So that is fine. But for values, we can say name, friend, marks, all are having the duplicates values for first and second row, right? That is 0 and 1 index row. Okay. Now, what we do is series 1 that is equal to this data frame dot duplicated. Let me see this. What it says? For 0, it says false. For 1, it says true. Then after false, 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 right? 0 is coming for the first time, so it is not duplicated. Next time when it finds the same value, it says duplicated, right? So it is true. After that, for all others, it is false, right? Now, we are using the drop underscore duplicates. So what we are getting? Ami Ruchi 100. It is that. We should remove, no? Then also it is there. First time it is there. Whatever is a duplicate, that will be removed. Fine? So wherever true was there, here, wherever true was there, that will be removed, not the first one. Okay? Now replacing the values. For that, let's say first of all we are creating the data frame np.nn. We are using np.nn to create the not available, or you can say not a number, or you can say missing value, isn't it? As such, it is being said as not a number, but it is being used as not available or missing values. So this is the data frame we have created. Now we want to replace this with say NaN. This we want to replace what? np.nan we want to replace with say 100 or any other value. Right? So why should we do that? Because if we are having the missing value, we should replace that with any particular value. Now, what are the ways? Typically in literature, the ways are we replace the value by any common value, that is a missing value. Any common value we can put in your data set, say, for your class. Result is that. Okay. And almost all students are having, say, 60% marks. So that is the most common value available. I can put that as the missing value replacement. That student may not be having 60%, but these are the ways to replace the missing values. You can assign common value. You can assign mean value. Other data is available. You can find mean and you can replace the missing value. Median you can use. Mean, median, mode, you may be aware in statistics, right? So we can use those values to replace the missing value, right? Or otherwise, whatever is the most common value, that also you can use, fine? Or you can say, just I do not want to have any such thing. I just want to have all the things in numeric. So np.nn I'll replace with 0. That also is a case. Depends on your application. But typically, people are using mean, median, mode, or the most common value for the replacement of missing values. Okay. So we just have to replace that. That is using, say, data frame dot replace np.nn and 100. Right. If you want to replace any other value, that also can be done. Right. Suppose the salary is say 100 rupees and we want to replace that with say 1000. That is also possible. Okay. So that we can do. Now here is the data frame. A, B, C columns are there. We can see A, B, C columns are there. Now what we are doing? Replace 0 with 5. Where 0 is available? Here for A column, right? Now let me show you. Can you see 5 is there? This is index, right? So do not confuse with that. I show you in A column we are having 0 that is being replaced as 5. As I told you that today, say daily wages, workers, salaries, 100 rupees per day. If I want to change that to 1000, I just have to use it this way, right? So it is not only for missing values replacement, but if you want to change for a particular thing. Let me give you the application for this. Today, we consider that 100 rupees value is how much for us? 1 rupee, if I say, you can say a chocolate can be there. Nothing more than that. Isn't it? If you want to purchase something, then 1 rupee, one chocolate you may consider, or 1 rupee, two chocolates, maximum, right? But say in my childhood, when I was having, say 1 rupee, I was able to have, say 100, or you can say that at least 50 chocolates, right? At that time. So now you can, when your next generation will be there, at that time, 100 rupees may be having such value that only one chocolate you will be able to get. It may be the case, isn't it? It may be the case. So in our business applications, it can happen that this will be there. So you want to predict after 100 years, not 100 years. Say after 20 years, what will be the case? So you want to replace that salary of your workers will be, instead of 100, it will be say 1000. If it is 1000, it will be 10,000. That way you want to replace and check it out whether you will be able to survive or not. Right? So you can check it out. You will need this replace. Got it? So these are not just the operations we should see, but we should have idea about their real applications. Right? So this is for replacement. Here also we can say replacement. Here what we are doing is say 0, 1, 2, 3. For any of this value, replace it as 4. Fine. Here what we are giving is two things we are giving. Two arrays we are giving. So for 0, 4. For 1, 3. For 2, 2. And for 3, 1. There will be the replacement. Right? For each and every value, we are giving the replacement. For the previous example, we have just given, say 0, 1, 2, 3. Anything is there, replace something. But here we are giving for 0, something. For 1, something. For 2, something. For 3, something. Right? So, depends on whatever you require, you can put it. Same way here. For 0, what we can say? 0 colon 10. 1 colon 100. What does that mean? What was available here? Original data frame. Let us print the original data frame so we can have the idea. Yeah. What is it? REP PDF. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3. This way, the values are there in A column. Now, what we are getting is 10, 100. Then, what do we say? For 0, it is having 10. For 1, it is having 100. Then after, any other change? No change, right? So how we are getting that? 0, 10, 10, 100, right? So this way it is getting the replacement. Now here what we are having? A 0, B 5. For that what do we need is 100, right? We want to have A 0, B 5 and we want to replace that with 100. So what we are having, this is our original data frame. For A we are having value 0 and for B we are having value 5. For this, for A value is 0, for B value is 5. So we are having the replacement that is 100, right? Okay. So now that's all for today.